Well, that's just cruel, isn't it? That's just cruel. Because you can hear the sea of in the background right now. This is really cruel, Nikki Hartley, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
We are now ingesting just fumes of loveliness, aren't we?
But we could just go and change.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we?
Show you how.
I mean, listen, we're doing another one-day special hour at 8 o'clock. So how about we all just decamp back over there?
In between shows.
We'll remove Yanis, who's still munching, and Stephen, and we'll have a go at making pizzas and cookies and everything else. In the meantime, though, listen, we're having a party. It's time for a party. We've got the food for the party.
We've got the balloons.
Now we've got the one-day special.
We've got the balloons.
We have got the balloons as well, haven't we? It's brilliant. Right, OK, let's focus on what we're doing right now. Unfortunately, we've been massively distracted by lots of food in the studio. But this is your Sunday one-day special, or Sunday into Monday. And you know the first bite of the cherry is always the sweetest. You are here right at the beginning. It is an epic one-day special. I think I can safely say, Nikki, as well, bigger and better than ever before on a collection that, yes, we have seen before, but we ain't seen it like this before.
We haven't. We certainly haven't. And we're giving something away.
We are, and that's what makes this even more special. Your one-day special tonight is from Heartfelt Creations. You might be introducing yourself to Heartfelt for the very first time. We've always got new people joining us here at the craft store all of the time. Heartfelt is an American crafting company, and the wonderful Nikki Hartley is here. Whenever you hear Heartfelt, you will see Hartley. Oh, that works nicely. Hartley, yes. Heartfelt. Tell us all about Heartfelt, just briefly, and what they specialise in.
OK, so Heartfelt have been in the craft business for, not going to say because I'm not quite sure how long it is, but since 1994. They are crafters. They know exactly what us crafters want, and that's what they give us. They have given us papers, and the papers, I would say, is more like a paper kit. We get stamps that coordinate with those papers, and then we get dies that coordinate with the stamps and also those papers. So you get a full collection. But in this one-day special, we don't just have stamps, papers and dies. We have a beautiful mould. Actually, two.
Yes, we do. So 2 sets of stamps and dies, 2 sets of mould, and this is what Heartfelt are do. This is kind of their niche in the market, I think, as well, isn't it? Is these wonderful flower shaping moulds, which are really, really cool. We've also got a decorative box die in this. We've got stamens for the flowers. We've got the massive paper pad as well. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, attention please, attention please. Because we are celebrating the 4th anniversary with Heartfelt here at the craft store, by Hochanda, you know, as we were and as we are, tonight, this one-day special comes with this die here, worth £24.99, and I'm just going to shoehorn this out of its packaging for the second. Anyone shopping in this show, one per customer, this die here, which is called the Royal Elegance frame. It's massive. It retails for £24.99. There is one per customer free for anyone purchasing in this show. And that means whether you're purchasing the one-day special, any of the other bundles, right the way down to, you said earlier, we could go hunting on the website, and we could have I think the lower priced item on the show tonight is a set of daubers, which you're famous for daubers.
So all you need to purchase is a set of daubers, and you can have that free set of dies. There's 7 dies in total in there. Beautiful, beautiful dies. But you could go for a shaping toolkit. You could go for the one-day special. So
can we, for a second, just as a bit of an experiment, sorry, I'm throwing a curveball in, can we go to the website and have a look at the selection of what is in this show? Because I would be very, very interested to see. I'll break everything down on the one-day special for you in just a wee while. because it's $99.99. We'll break that down as well. So let's just have a little scan through everything that is available. I'm figuratively, I'm swiping left on your behalf right now. So you've got a paper pad there if you want an extra one there for $17.99. You've got individual sets of the stamps which make up the one-day special. You might just want the stamens on their own at $15.99. We've got a Zinnia garden collection coming up later as well. You've got papers. Where are the Daubers? Find the Daubers. Find the Daubers. Let's find the Daubers. Let's find out what they are. Because
all those decorative dies there. Look, you could pick.
We've got the
anything.
Gateway Fold dies coming up later as well. Look, you could buy some art foam paper there at $11.99. Just saying, you could buy the art foam paper there at $11.99 and get the freebie worth $24.99. You could get your cling stamp storage panels for $9.99 and get your freebie $24.99. Just saying. Just saying. The only thing that you won't get it on is if you're buying Just Freedom membership on its own. Apart from that, anything else that you are buying on the show, one per customer, there is a free Royal Elegance frame, beautiful die worth $24.99 coming in with any purchase on this show. Right, that being said, bear in mind, just for a second, just while you look at the numbers over here, that's worth a quarter of your one-day special price. Just saying, it's ridiculous. Right, OK. Now, can I just take you through this? Let's go left to right, because that's the easiest way to do it. Everything that we've got in this. Stand by Wild Roses paper pad, Nikki, because Nikki's going to show you from the dove from above. You've got the 12 by 12 paper pad. They're all double-sided. There are 12 designs and 2 pages of each. They are roughly, we've done the conversions, and it's around about 116 GSM, did we say, Nikki?
It is, roughly.
Right, because that's the conversion.
But it is good enough and heavy enough to be able to make your boxes with, if you're creating boxes,
Perfect.
to do your die cutting with. And as I say, it is acid and ligament free as well, so really good quality.
Take us a quick flick through, just a quick flick this time. We'll take a closer look later.
Just a quick flick. You want me to quickly flick?
Show me what's in there.
Look how gorgeous this is. Should we start from the beginning?
Love, love,
look.
love.
So if you're new to Heartfelt, what we do is we give you panels. So you've got easy, quick cards to create. They are double-sided, so you have your larger prints, so you could do your scrapbooking or your mini albums. You've got sentiments in not every single paper pad, but you do have in this paper pad. Let's read one. Life's beautiful moments.
It is.
And I think this show is one of them.
Oh, it
what
is.
Do you think?
It definitely is.
And then you have lots of other papers, lots of designs. As you can see, all around that wild rose design. You've got smaller panels here, which you can put inside your card or outside your card. You've got the little cottage that you will notice that has run through quite a few of Heartfelt collections, so will work very, very well with other collections that we have. You've got pinks, you've got dusky pinks, you've got creams in here, you've got beautiful sage greens in here. But then you have your papers that you can use your dies with. So if I just grab this die here, this die fits over there. So if you want to make a nice, easy, quick card, but don't necessarily have the time, if I can get that on there, it's got tape on and it doesn't want to move. It will fit perfectly over that image, or all of the images. So if you're going for the one-day special, you are going to get all of the dies to be able to die cut these out.
Nikki,
Absolutely
stop there.
Gorgeous. Have I got to stop?
Stop there, because that's just one element of the one-day special. This could be like a strip tease, and I only want you to show me the shoulder at the moment. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. So you've got the paper pad, then let's look at your stamps and your dies, because you've got in Wild Roses here, you've got the large and you've got the smaller as well, which is really, really good. So you've got your, let me show you. So we have got, and I love the way that you've got these on wonderful pages for your folders as well. You might have a Heartfelt folder already. If you haven't, make sure you get one for your cling stamps. Look at how big and impressive and the amount of detail that are in the stamps as well. It's beautiful. So you get the large Wild Rose, and you get, I'm just going to swap this for the other set, And, sorry, I think that was the smaller one, wasn't it? This is the larger one, isn't it? So you get the stamps and you get the dies. Now, it's not just the flowers. Obviously, you get the foliage as well, which is really, really good. To have a die that goes right around the stamp for every single one is really, really crucial and really, really key. It is phenomenal. So you get those, but not just do you get those, because obviously that stamps the image of the flower. That cuts out the image of the flower. Then, what are you going to do then? Yes, you can use your ball tool and, you know, but the amount of detail that is in the flower stamps, you think to yourself, right, OK, well, there's so much flower. How am I going to contour that? How am I going to echo that? Well, that's where this comes in. I've only got half an hour
to spend on making a flower. Never going to do it all by hand.
Exactly, and you'll only have one at the end of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's going to take forever and a day. And that's where these genius flower-forming moulds come into their own. I love the fact that you can't get this wrong either. You can see the corners locate into each other, and they are really, really good. And with this, Nikki, so we die cut our flowers, we lay them in, we do that, and then what do we do next?
Then you pop it through the die cutting machine, and I will demo that on the first demonstration, because I do know there's a lot of new crafters out there, a lot of new crafters that maybe have just sort of dipping their toes into Heartfelt. So I will show you how they work. And
also, just very, very quickly, we can do our flowers in papers, but we can also do them in foams, can't we?
You can. You don't necessarily need the moulds with the foam, though.
So you would use your ball tools for that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. But these you'll absolutely love. Now, you also get with this, oh, it doesn't stop. It absolutely doesn't stop, because you also get your Decorative Gift Box Die as well, which is really, really good. And you look at that die, or that set of dies, should I say, and you think to yourself, hang on a second, there's not enough to make a box there. But what you'll do, obviously, is cut this one, if it wasn't upside down, several times over, and then you create, wait for it,
something like that. And there's a lot of different configurations, different ways that you can actually create your box.
There are.
So that one, I've done the top where it is open, and the sides that are closed. And then the one you're just showing everyone and dropped on the floor.
The one I'm just about to drop, I do beg your pardon. Here I am. Here I am. Look, it's still intact. It's
open at the side. So, and then it's enclosed on the top. So you could put a battery candle in there.
Yes.
You could put a gift in there, maybe an engagement ring, maybe a nice present.
Do you know, forgive me, because I hadn't shown you a flower up to that point, because we've talked about die cutting it. We'd seen the flat stamps, we'd seen the moulds and everything else. Hadn't showed you a flower. Let me show you some flowers, because then you can see the real dimension, the difference that make. And it's just 3 steps, isn't it?
It is.
It's stamping.
And what I love about this one, the wild rose, you can make traditional roses like you're seeing here.
Yeah.
Or if you just take one of the boxes, I think any of them, that's it.
Yeah.
That has got the one where I've done the stamen in there, so it's more of like a wild rose. Think about a Christmas rose as well. You can make gorgeous, use these for Christmas as well. So.
Oh, now talking of stamens, hang on a minute. A one-day special from Heartfelt would not be a one-day special from Heartfelt if it had flowers in it, if it didn't have a bunch of stamens in it. And look at these. It's not just 1 or 2.
You're getting loads there. Don't ask me how many. Is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colours.
Is there 15 or 20?
I don't know. And Leslie's on the phone now, so I'm going to have a little look. No, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 126 altogether. That was quick counting, wasn't it?
You counted that quick.
I tell you what, this brain of mine, it worries me sometimes.
But what I love about these, do you know, they're not just stamens. I'm thinking berries, just decorating on your card with. You can pop some glue on them, dip them in glitter and make them glittered.
Ah, yeah.
Really, really lovely.
I love all the different colours that you've got.
This is an ODS, actually, that keeps just on giving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous if you think about it. Right. Let's talk about savings, and I want to make this as simple as we possibly can for you. You have got a £71 saving. If you're a Freedom member, you save an extra £10, so you're saving, let's call it £81, shall we? It's 1 penny difference. Of course, so that brings the price down to just £89.92. Of course, if you're a Freedom member, postage is a given, so you don't need to worry about that, which is absolutely awesome. Anyone who is shopping with us for the first time, with the size of the saving, this is... I don't need to say this, but it's definitely a why not, isn't it, really?
Why not? Why not deal?
Absolutely, why not? Absolutely, you really need to look into your mirror if you're still not a Freedom member, if you're going for this one-day special. And bear in mind, anyone shopping in the show tonight is also, because that's the savings on just the one-day special. This is a whole different story, because this counts across all the products that are in the show, bar the Freedom membership. This is a Royal Elegance frame die, and again, I'm just going to take this out for a second. Oh, hang on a moment. I've done this strategically so I could get it out. There we go. I just want you to see the size of this die. It is whopping. It's huge.
So with this, you've got your outer die, then you've got your decorative inner, then you've got an oval decorative die.
In fact,
then
look.
then you have a second oval in there, and then you have another decorative oval, and then the tiny little decorative oval.
So there's actually 6 in 1 there, isn't there?
There
and
is.
That's $24.99.
Yes.
Everyone, one per customer, shopping with the Heartfelt show tonight will get one of those, and it's worth $24.99. So for a second, what we're going to do is talk to you about the saving just for a second, because your saving, obviously, if you factor in the free gift, is whatever the saving is plus $24.99. You could view it that way. It is ridiculous. In fact, actually, with that, £71, $24.99, that would be 96, wouldn't it? Something like that, 96. So you'd almost, actually, you'd be saving more than you're actually spending. Would you not? Hello. Ooh, I wasn't meant to be here today. It was a last-minute addition, like a substitution. Sorry, team. But how good is that? How good is that as a one-day special? It's brilliant, and it's already busy. I'm not surprised. 977-100 is your item number. Get it into your basket, get it checked out as quickly as you possibly can, because that really is good. Now, it's not the only bundle that we have got in the show as well. We will get to you, Nikki, and demos, I promise.
That's fine. We have so much to show everyone.
I've got a big counter here.
I know.
Thankfully, it's 3 major bundles. So come with me, because we're going to the next bundle that we've got in the show tonight as well, because we've talked wild roses, large and small.
Yes.
And now we're talking zinnias. Now, zinnias are a little more, the petals are a little bit longer and a little more. There are more petals. In fact, let me just show you. Let me show you a sample first. Let's start from the front and work backwards. Look at that. How stunning is that as a floral? How lovely is that as a colour? I love this. It is beautiful, isn't it? And the detail in those patterns. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the zinnia flowers are absolutely lovely, because with this collection, you've got so many different sizes and different varieties that you can actually create with them. So you could use your larger ones and create a really stunning kind of centerpiece on your card, or you could use just some of the smaller ones and use those as fillers for your card.
You could just enjoy the flowers.
Home decor.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, because they're a really nice sort of scale of flower. So let's talk about this bundle as well. So this is your zinnia. So you've got your Summer's Garden collection. Now listen, would you do us a little sneaky peeky of this one as well?
I'll be quicker this time.
Okay, all right.
I promise.
I might not let you go all the way,
No, but
Nikki.
the thing is, it's really hard, because you give me seconds to show such a beautiful paper pad.
I know, but we'll go into more detail later.
So you've got your panels there. As you can see, look at the colour, the vibrancy of this paper pad. You've got lime green, you've got orange, you've got purples in there. So many different designs. You've got your, did I mention pinks? You've got pinks in here as well. You've got every colour. You've got butterflies in here. Do you know, this would work really well with that butterfly collection that we launched a couple of weeks ago, because you have actually got butterflies within this collection. You've got your little cottage in there again.
There it is.
You've got your bridge here, which was from, I can't remember which collection, but it came from a collection. Do you know, we launch a collection every month, Derek, so please excuse me if I forget which one they come from.
No, it's all right, it's fine. They're all gorgeous,
it's a lot.
They
but
work
as I say,
really well with each other.
Really pretty. Again, 12 by 12, double-sided. You've also obviously got your images in here that, if I take one of these, do fit over, but not that one, because that was the bigger one. But you get the little tiny ladybird.
Oh, the little ladybug.
Ladybugger. We have to call them ladybugs.
Ladybug. Now. Well, ladybug if they're... No, we can say ladybird.
Oh.
I don't know why I just said the American way.
As you can see, the vibrancy, the colour of this paper pad is absolutely stunning. You've got all of your 6x6s in there. I'm just going to flick like this now. And then you've got your tags in the back. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous paper pad. And
of course, it's a completely different paper pad to the one that we saw in the one-day special as well. You can buy the paper pads on their own because I do know that they can become highly, highly collectible. So you'll see them on the website as well. Individually, which is really, really good. Now, this bundle has a massive saving. So obviously, it's a similar configuration. So 2 sets of dies, 2 sets of stamps, plus your shaping mould dies here as well, plus the paper pad. Now, there's a massive saving on this bundle, as you can see. You're saving £50. That's ridiculous as a saving, isn't it? Happy birthday, Heartfelt. We love you. Happy anniversary. Sorry, not happy birthday. Happy anniversary. I don't care what...
Yeah, well, it's like our anniversary. It's 4 years this month since we came to the craft store, obviously previously known as something else, by Hochanda. Yeah. And I remember... because it came up on my social media. Well, actually, I had to check because I said, no way have we been there 4 years. That's crazy.
It's gone so quick.
Petunia collection was the very, very first collection that we brought out. So it's really nice to be bringing more florals in.
It is lovely, and they're always popular. Always popular. In fact, talking of popularity, we have around about 5 minutes queues on the telephone lines, which is nothing to worry about at all. Please hold the line if you are there. You're only calling us down here in Oundle, which is in the middle of the country, somewhere out in the countryside in Northamptonshire. It's fine. It's not like you're calling the other side of the world or paying 50p a minute or anything like that. If you're able to, the website, of course, is always your best friend. You know there's an app now as well. So if you've got an iPad, tablet, Google, Android, all of that doodah, you can actually do that, which is really, really good. Massive saving, as you can see. You can break that down into 2 flexis as well. Just to talk to you about dispatch on this one, these are going out for you on the 28th of May, which is a couple of weeks' time, he says, thinking about 12 days or so. Because, of course, these have to come stateside for us. A really, really lovely, lovely bundle. And... so we can get to Nikki, I'm going to hot-foot it over here because you want to see more of Nikki than me. I'm absolutely sure of that. We've got this wonderful bundle of gateway dies. I love these because they're so broad and versatile. And they're kind of, Nikki, like an instant, I want to say background, but they can be background, foreground, whatever you want them to be.
And you could also, because most of them have your outer edge, means that you can actually create shape cards with them as well. Absolutely gorgeous, all mix and match together as well. And if you went for this morning's collection, because we had some very similar, these coordinate with those as well.
And actually perfect scaling for your flowers as well, because if I just drop into that shot, just how these work with the flowers that you've got in your collections as well, just so that you can see just a broad sort of example of how it can work, then you know, you can see with all of the different, for this one for a second, you can see, look, there's lots and lots of different types of and sizes of flowers, and they work incredibly well with these dies. Now, if I show you the overall, then we can go through one by one just for a second, so to show you what's in this collection. Because, again, you've got a brilliant buy here. It's almost 4 for the price of 3, I think, isn't it, on this, pretty much. So it's like your 4th one is coming for free. So your first one there... oh, can you include the title markers, just so I can... just because I think you can buy them individually as well. So I just want you to see that the titles as well. So you've got the Scalloped Flourish Gateway is the first one. And again, remember, it's looking like one die, but actually turns out to be a series of dies, as you can see. So there's lots of elements to these, Nikki.
There is. As I was saying, so many different configurations as well. I could actually probably do 4 shows.
On just these?
On just those dies.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one then is the Ornate Flourish Gateway, and again that's made up of lots and lots of different components. I might just drop you an example in of that, if that's all right, just so you can see. Oh, it's very grand, that, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. That was one of my favourites, actually.
You
I love that
definitely want to take a little bit of a wander into that garden, don't you? But can you see, because there are different elements, because again, one die is actually 4 different dies, as you can see there. So there are different configurations. Okay, next up. Okay, Elegance Swirl Gateway is your next one. which again has lots and lots of details on the inside and indeed on the outside as well. This is very sort of filigree, isn't it? Sort of chantilly lace.
It is, yeah, kind of got that kind of feel to it as well. But these also coordinate with the cards that we've got on the show as well. So we've got the Gateway blank cards as well.
Beautiful.
As I say, so many different ways that you can use these, and it's something a bit different.
Yeah.
I get quite bored by doing 6x6s or 5x7 cards all the time. I always I'm looking for something different.
Yeah, something
bigger,
bigger, something bolder.
And that's what Heartfelt have given us with these dies.
It's lovely as well. It kind of leads your imagination, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the final one, which is called the Lattice Swirl Gateway. And again, nice big space there at the top, Nikki, for sentiments, for pictures, for more flowers.
More flowers,
yeah, yes. Absolutely. Why not? And I love that. It's very, very nice indeed. Right, so that one, let's look at price on this one. You can break it down into 3 flexes, this one, which is really, really good. So $74.97, saving $24.99. $24.99 is the price of these individually, I'm guessing. So that is 4 for the price of 3. So it's a nice little bundled saving on that. Right. Just quickly, I need to backtrack, unfortunately, on something that we've said before. It was wrong information that I was given earlier, and apologies for that. The free gift, which is the large die, I'm going to go and grab it. Wait there. Is only available with the bundles in the show. Oh, okay, right. Now we're changing the goalposts. Hang on just a second. Alrighty, we're gonna double check, but at the moment I think there are 1 or 2 exclusions on items on the show that will not maybe get the free gift, but I'm going to check on that anyway for you, and I'll come back to you when I've got the right information. There's nothing like chaos on a Sunday night, is there? Anyway, listen, let's go and do some demos, shall we? Why not?
Let's go. Just throw to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if in doubt,
like
throw to the guest. Let's go back to the one-day special, shall we? Now, you starting with roses, lovely lady.
Oh, I am. I'm going to start with those the moulds, because I think these are absolutely amazing. Heartfelt brought the very first one out about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was called the Flower Shaping Basics mould. But what they've done is they've taken it further and further. So this one, if you look at all the detail in there, can you see how deep all of that is in there? That means that now we can put our flowers in there. So I've stamped, I've die cut, I've coloured both sides, because depending on how you're going to arrange your flowers, you might see the back of them. Now for these ones, I'm actually going to do mine, I think, face upwards. So you can put them down, face down. It's like putting them in a little bit of a puzzle, look. Each of them have a gap to go in. So yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. Okay, you can fill it. You can double these up. You can put 2 or 3 layers of each in one. You've also got your leaves as well. Now, this is mould number 1, but then you've got mould number 2, which is where your leaves will go. Okay, so we'll pop the leaves in here, and let's pop another flower in here. So this one will go in this one. And this is why it's always nice, Derek, to actually buy the full collection, because you've got everything then.
Oh, yeah. I think, I mean, obviously, as you can pick and choose if you want to individually, but when you look one at the size of the saving, and I know it is quite an investment, it absolutely is, but that's exactly what it is, where we're talking about an investment for a bundle like this, because it's something where everything goes together, it's broad enough that it's going to keep you going for a long time, and will work with other things that you've got already.
Absolutely, and these are floral. They are never going to go out of fashion. You are going to be using these time and time again. And the only thing out of the full collection that you have to replace is the paper pad, because all the tools, the moulds and the dies and the stamps are going to last you years and years and years and years and years. I say years, I'd say forever. However, you know, accidents happen. I don't know, you might run over a mould with the car. You might put the stamps in the washing machine, I don't know, but yeah, you've got them forever. The only thing you would need to replace would be your paper. So I've taken away my thick plate from my platinum machine, and I'm just going to take my mould through. Now sometimes you can get a shim. Now when I say a shim, it's basically a sheet or 2 sheets of paper that you can put in your mould. Just making sure that I'm done. And because it's done on pressure, so the actual mould works on pressure. So more pressure you've got, the better results you're going to get. So for example, if I just grab a piece of card, do you know, I've got, how many drawers do they give me? And I can never find what I want. There we go, found some card. And I'm going to pop a shim on this one. But if I find that it's too tight as I go through, like that, I'm thinking, right, it's too thick. Okay, so don't do it. Because you need to protect your machine. Every machine is different. Have you got into die cutting yet at all? You have?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, then you'll know every machine is different.
Yes.
So you may use one at home, but then come to the studio, use exactly the same make machine, and it works slightly different. So just making sure that goes through. That's half the joy of
having a die cutting machine, isn't it? Discovering the right combinations of sandwiches for you know, different jobs. That is part of the joy, isn't it? It
is, yeah. And it's one of the things that absolutely fascinated me. And I remember getting my first die cutting machine many years ago. I think it's probably about 12 years ago. And I thought, right, I don't know what to do now. I haven't got a clue. I hadn't seen shopping TV. I didn't know it existed.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so then I just went on, did some research, and here I am today. So, but still one of my most favourite machines, my die cutting machine, wouldn't be without it. Now, are you ready for the reveal?
Go on.
No flower shaping tool as of yet, only my moulds involved.
See, how good is that? How quick is that if you're batch making?
I want to grab one that hasn't been through a machine.
Have you got your snack tray with you tonight, Nikki?
I can't find one. My watch.
You know your snack tray? You've normally got your snack tray.
Oh, no, I haven't, because I did shows this morning, so I didn't have room for my snack trays. But anyway, I haven't got one that hasn't been through the machine. But there, look at that. Look at the detail in that.
It's so cool, isn't it?
Look.
And it's the combination of the detail and the stamps,
isn't it? Look at that detail here. You can feel it. Look at the leaves.
Now, would you stamp the top and the bottom ordinarily, Nikki, or just the top?
What do you mean?
Of the flower petal.
Oh, I only stamp one side and then colour the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you've got all of that done, this is how easy it is to create what I class as a basic wild rose. So I'm taking my flower shaping tool. So it's not completely kind of redundant. I'm going different sizes here. So I'm not touching my petals. I'm putting them in exactly how they are from my mould. I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to pop that in, and then that one, if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm aligning the petals so they go in between. There is a name for it and I cannot think.
A name for what, darling? Sorry, I was having an invisible conversation with Leslie.
Yes, it's okay. I'm having the same one, thinking, oh dear.
Say it again.
So I'm aligning my petals in between these petals. What do you call it? Centering them?
Arranging. Flowers. It's flowers. You're arranging.
I'm putting the petals in between the petals. You know what I mean.
Into something.
Alternating.
Thank you,
there
Leslie.
we go. Thank you. I am so pleased somebody is on it tonight.
Wow.
There we go.
Just to say, Nikki, as well, because you might be watching Nikki for the first time tonight, because we've got new people joining us all the time. I think I'm right in saying you used to be a florist, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Do you know, I would actually say I'm still a florist, because is it one of those things that you always are?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, if you still can. It's like being a
hairdresser,
isn't it? You don't forget.
But now I arrange flowers on cards instead of in a vase.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. And now they're not perishable.
They're not perishable, and I've got them forever. And I can have blue rose. I can have whatever colour I want.
Very good.
So then,
I'm sorry, Nikki, just 1 second, because I believe that we have urgent news from Stock HQ. What? Blimey. Already?
Already, yeah.
a quarter of the entire 24 hours stock has sold out and gone. You know why as well. You know what's helping? It's Heartfelt. They do know this is happening, don't they? You're giving away the $24.99.
They do, and I did question them about it. I said, "Are you sure?"
Because let me just say that the saving that you've got on this one-day special today, whether you're Freedom member or not, and this is very much a why not. So if you're not, I think you probably will if you want this. It would just be one of those two easy things. Everyone is making a £71 saving here. That's regardless of the free die that's being added. So let's just talk about that for a second in just a moment. Freedom members, you're saving let's call it £81. This die, one per customer, that's everyone who's getting who is buying the one-day special. I'm clarifying everything else as we go along, by the way. So that would be an extra, let's call that 25 saving. What was the Freedom saving again? 81 plus 25. Oh, help me. 181 plus 25, 106. Is that right? So if you're a Freedom member, technically speaking, all but a couple of pennies, you're saving £106 on something that you're paying less than £90 from. Now listen, I know that sometimes these bundles, they are an investment, but if you think about everything you're getting, we haven't even touched the Decorative Box Die yet, which is so broad and so beautiful, but to have all of the stamps and all of the dies and the flower shaping mould, which, as Nikki says, they're not a consumable. You don't use them a few times and then you have to rebuy them. That's it. Once you've got it forever, the ability to make that flower. It's just awesome. It really, really is. And I'm not surprised, a quarter of the stock. I've forgotten the stamens, of which you get 100 and something of.
126, wasn't it?
126 of those stamens.
Lot of stamens.
There actually aren't 126 in my hand, are there, Nikki?
There isn't.
Because someone's had a little peck at them, haven't they? A demonstrator, we know. Anyway, where were you?
Yeah. I'm putting some glitter on my flower while she was talking.
I leave you too long and you wander off, don't you, into glitter territory.
There we go, look at that. How about putting a little bit of glitter on those stamens as well, look. And when that dries, my glue will dry clear and you will have a glittered
How awesome
flower.
Is that?
But how easy. And as I say, I haven't done anything else to those petals.
No.
The mould's done it all.
How few steps were there to that in your hand right now? You
stamp, you die cut, you colour, put through the mould, and done.
And Bob's your uncle, and Fanilla's your aunt, and I've cleaned that up because it's Sunday. There is so much. This is the one-day special that keeps giving and giving and giving, and Heartfelt are fantastic because no matter which collection you go for, and there are, how many flower collections are there in Heartfelt, Nikki, roughly speaking? Countless, lots. So if you 40, just like the whole flower mould thing, you can put together very, very easily a nice big bundle and collection of just your flower moulds.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
I've actually totally lost on what you just said there.
It's brilliant. No, don't worry. It's fine. I'm developing it. You've got the stamps.
I do apologise.
You've got the dies and you've got the mould. We've all got a bit dizzy, haven't we? Since food has been in this studio, that's it. It's sent our brains off in a different direction. But when you think about actually a paper pad on its own, which is part of your one-day special, that's what, £17.99 on its own, is that right? I think so. I think the paper pads are £17.99 on their own. It's part of your one-day special. It's part of that £71 saving. In fact, I'm going to get you the details for the paper pad on the bottom of the screen for the Wild Rose. Remember, there are two different paper pads on the show, which you can buy individually if you want to. £17.99 for a paper pad is part of your brilliant, brilliant one-day special. Right, OK, I tell you what, we'll move those to the main details, and I will... Actually, shall I have a little flick through the paper? Shall I have a flick?
Have a flick.
A little flick.
That's it.
Little flick through the Wild Rose paper pad. We're sharing one, aren't we? Look at this. Look at this, because Nikki needs to peck at it from now and again. All double-sided papers, all absolutely beautiful. I've just Nikki released that page because I think she's planning to squirrel a little bit of it. But that's the thing with paper pads. You know how it goes. Once you loosen it, you own it, don't you? Basically.
Absolutely. And you know, it's more than a paper kit. I always say that,
actually,
and I say that every time. I wish I could think of a grander name for it.
No,
to be
you're
honest,
right. Actually,
because
it's like a compendium of loveliness.
It is, yeah, because you've got your sentiments, you've got your toppers in there, you've got some of your matte and layer in there done for you. You've got tags in there, you've got ribbon strips in there, you've got your 12x12s, you've got your 6x6s. So it's more than a paper pad.
Yeah, it is actually, because they've kind of... Normally a paper pad is usually a pad full of
pretty
variations
papers.
on the same theme, though,
and
isn't
pretty
it?
papers.
It's either all full pages of like inky backgrounds, or it's all tags, or it's all one, or all the other.
You're getting a bit of everything
here.
Yes,
and you have got massive variety here. So that is things that you don't need to buy in the future. So you've got big open backgrounds there for, you know, for journal pages, for, you know, open celebrations, for backgrounds, whatever it is. You lose your mojo one day, you've got that as a beautiful background. And you know what? That's not just one sort of pattern. Can you see there's like a burnout sort of flourish in the corner, which is really, really lovely. So the paper pads are a real joy. You're right. We need to find a different definition, don't we?
I do.
Well, they call it paper collection, don't they? But we almost need a grander name for that because there is a lot more. And the good thing is, of course, there are 12 designs in each of those, and you get 2 pages of each. Because you know, sometimes with a paper pad, you get it and you think, oh, I can't go into it. I can't go into it. It's too nice. I can't possibly go in there because they are really, really gorgeous. Listen, if you want the paper pad on its own, £17.99. The extended delivery, by the way, these are going out for you on the 26th, did I hear, of May, I think. He says, looking blankly into the air. 28th, beg your pardon. Well, there you go. Not as good as a wink. 28th of May on all of these. Right, let's go back, shall we, to your one-day special, which is this bumper bundle of beautifulness. Plus, of course, where's that free die gone? I'm chasing it around the place at the moment. There it is. So actually, your one-day special is everything you see there, plus that, really. Because there's one per customer on the big bundles, absolutely on the one-day special. And so that takes that saving to around about $95.99, even if you're not a Freedom member. If we do Freedom membership, then your saving goes, what, well, at 81 plus 25, it was just under £106 saving if you're a Freedom member. So that's one of those where you just think, thank you very much. We'll celebrate with you, Heartfelt. Lovely. Thank you. Welcome to the party. We love you. It's like a glass of bubbly on Heartfelt, isn't it? It's wonderful. It really, really is. It's not the only bundle we've got on the show. We have got others as well. We've also got the Summer Garden Complete collection. That's a whole new paper pad going on over here. Should we go and have a squiz? Shall we? Yeah, why not? So you've got the stamps and the dies of the Zinnia, which is a slightly longer petal, isn't it? There are more petals on a Zinnia, aren't there? So that's the difference between a rose.
Very similar kind of alongside the Dahlia. Dahlia's got more rounded, but what I love about it is, in this collection, you've got tiny, tiny ones up to large ones. And when I say large, they are large. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they are actually. Let me show you the breadth. I think this sample kind of shows off the breadth of sizes quite nicely, and they go. If only it was the right way up, Joey. There you go. And they go smaller than that as well, don't they?
Yeah, because that one, I think, is actually the medium. I don't even think that's the largest on there.
Let's have a little look. What about our butterfly here? Oh, actually, some of the smaller ones.
How about making something a bit like this? Home decor, using your paper pads.
This is gorgeous. I have to be quite delicate with this. How stunning is that? And how dimensional is that? Because it's not just the front.
I've done the back as well. But you could just do the front and do them as wall art.
Whiz myself round, I think, just to be careful. Oh, stunning. Really, really cool. I love them. I think they're really, really cool. I love them. So this is this bundle. So this has the stamps, the dies, the flower moulds and the paper pads. So a slightly different configuration to your one-day special. It's brilliant. Yes, actually, yeah, Leslie's had a thought that I've had a thought about on Heartfelt shows before.
You have, yeah.
Now, obviously, I need to be careful what I say here because obviously these aren't food grade material, but what you could do if you wanted to is you could buy yourself a separate set of moulds if you wanted to, and use them obviously for things like your fondant icing, for making flowers for your cake making as well. It might be a thought that's floated past you as well. These moulds would be absolutely incredible for that.
Polymer clay.
They wouldn't even need to go through the die cutting machine, would they?
Polymer clay would be brilliant.
Yes.
In actual fact, our Catherine has got some of these moulds, and I can't know, what did she say? I don't think she's actually had time. I think she's been really busy. But yeah,
with the air dry?
Yeah, with the air dry clay.
Brilliant.
I'll have to catch up with her actually and see how she got on.
Yeah.
So much more than just paper craft.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about what Heartfelt give us, because they're giving us the stamps, the dies, the paper pad, but then we can take it further.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? The journey can be as kind of as long as you want it to be, and I love the fact actually everything is nice large scales as well. It's really, really good. So that's the second bundle that we've got in the show. Remember, on the bundles, and this is a one per customer tonight, just as part of the celebration of Heartfelt's 4th anniversary with us here at the craft store by Hochanda. It's funny, isn't it? Because when you think of 4 years, we've only been in the craft store for a little bit of time, but then we were at Hochanda for a long, long time. So I'll just say both. Massive, massive savings across the board. So £50 saving, plus, of course, if it's your only purchase, or one per customer, you've got your £24.99 die there, which is being included as part of our celebrations of the anniversary. Brilliant. 029187 is your item number. Oh, we're going to this bundle as well over here, because this is something a little bit different, because we're talking flowers, flowers, flowers over there. With this one, we are talking, I mean, massive amount of dies. What is 4 packets there is actually many more dies. It's really, really gorgeous. And this is like 4 for the price of 3 as well, as part of the anniversary saving. Plus, blimey, actually, if this was the only thing that you were buying tonight, it would be like getting 5 for the price of 3, wouldn't it? Because that's the free one, by the way, 1 per customer for people buying on the bundles tonight. And you can buy them all individually if you want to as well. It's brilliant. Oh, and there's more, you know, behind me. Over here, we've got some Gateway Fold card dies as well. So that's another little mini bundle, I think, isn't it? Which is really, really nice, actually. So you get 2 in this one. And again, they work beautifully with the flowers. They're a lovely, lovely sort of garden gate kind of shape, with all of that lovely sort of intricate, that's the word I wanted, sort of filigree work going all of the way through them. Aren't they beautiful? So you get both of those, saving £5 on that one. So usually £19.98, today just £14.98. 957401. Wonderful. Right. Oh, Nina sent us a picture. Hello, Nina. And she's been making Oh, now look at this, Nikki. Oh, you can't see it. The telly's over here, isn't it? Look, there you go. It's a happy couple and lots of flowers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty?
That's really, really beautiful, isn't it? Lovely colours as well. I love that.
Oh, bless her.
Very, very nice. I love that. Thank you, Nina. Listen, you've got any questions for Nikki on this show as well, please feel free. It is studio@thecraftstore.com. Studio@thecraftstore.com. Right, OK, we have not got long, although we have another hour in an hour. We do
at 8 o'clock.
Don't we?
Are we doing that show together?
Yes, it's you and me, I'm afraid.
Oh, we'll be a little bit more chilled.
Yeah, it might be a slightly calmer show, hey? Right, what are you going to do in the last 10 minutes then?
I will try and get extra demo done in the next one to make up for it. So with this one, I'm going to use the Elegance Swirl Gateway die set. So you've got 4 dies in total on this one. So what I've done is started with the outer edge, and I've die cut one of the images. Let me just pop that to one side. From my paper pad, so that fits perfectly. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a gorgeous image because it's encapsulated within my die there. I think that's really pretty. So I've already added, I'm just going to start putting it together whilst I chat and tell you about what I'm doing, so we can actually get it finished. So that sits beautifully inside one of those gateway cards that we've got on the show. But what I've done is, because normally you've got 3, let me just, have we got a pack open? Because for some reason I don't have mine with me. Hang on, yes I do. Yes I do. Oh, it's one of them shows today, isn't it?
It is one of those days today, isn't
it? So you're actually getting 6 of these in total. Okay. And they interfold together and they open up. So there's a lot of different things you can do with these. You can make gateway cards with them, which I might do on the next show. So what I've done is I've just cut that end off, okay? And that's given me just the 2. But I never ever waste this one, because what I do is, if I'm doing any more die cutting, as I did with this one, which I've already die cut out, I used that piece of card to cut it out with. So no waste at all.
Brilliant.
Okay, so then I'm going to stick down or glue down that gorgeous, I mean, just look at that. That just pretties it up. It adds elegance and really easy. Whoops.
That little cottage is where we're all going for a lie down after the show.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Are you looking forward to the return of hugs, Nikki?
I very much am.
Hugs are returning.
Yes, I can't wait.
That'll be quite nice, won't it?
Got a lot of catching up to do, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to pop that on there. Pop that across there. Look at that. And then what I've done is, you've got the inner part, which is this one here, that gives you this one. And I've already added my foam tape, so I'm just going to take some of the backing. You don't have to take all of the backing off of all of it, as long as some of it is stuck down.
I'll just tell everyone at home while you're doing that what I'll do is I will run through and show you the dies and the stamp sets and the dimensions on there, because we've had a couple of questions that have come through, so I will absolutely do that. I tell you what, if I whiz those around, the small and the wild large rose there die set, I don't know how close you can get, Marcus, because people are asking about the dimensions, so the sizes are actually in the packaging there as well. Oh, okay, you want to see them as well. Okay. Right, oh, comparing the large and the small. Right, get you. Right, okay. There you go. There is large and small together. So you can see large is actually considerably large, isn't it? So that's the large one. And then obviously you've got the small, some of which are in little groups. What do you call a group of flower heads? A group.
A group.
A group, yeah, a group. Why did I ask, honestly? No one needs to know that, Nikki, do they? At all.
Oh,
right, sorry, darling, where were you?
Right, so I've done my decorative part of my card on the outer side, and then what I want to do is I'm using some paper from my paper pad. So this is all the wild rose. So just going to tape that down so that that doesn't move. And I'm just hoping that that paper is going to be big enough. I think it is. I was scrimping on that. So just take that through my die cutting machine. And that then will fit in the inside of my card. Okay, I don't want to tear my, there we go. Just got some tape on there, and I did tear it a little bit, but when I get a chance, what I'll do is just get some ink, very similar colour, and put over that. So that will then fit in nicely on the inside, and it's always nice that you can decorate the inside of a card as well. We do tend to forget sometimes about the inside of our cards. So just add your glue, and that's got that really nice kind of like scalloped, pretty shape around it.
Beautiful, isn't it?
And then we're going to decorate. Now, what I'm doing with this is I am using not just my wild rose flower that we made earlier, which is here. I'm going to pop that on there. I am also going to use some of my zinnia flowers as well. So mix and match them up. So I'm using the paper from my wild rose collection, but then using some flowers as well from my zinnia collection. Whoops. And then that will go there. And then I've got some leaves. Just going to get some glue. So I'm just going to finish off with a few leaves around. These are the large ones, these are nice size. From the, I do think these are the wild rose. And just adding that little bit of green as well to kind of makes those flowers pop. And just pop that one under there. Trying not to cover up that beautiful cottage that we all want to retreat to. Like that. And then a further flower there, and you can add a sentiment if you like. I have got one there, but I'm not going to put it on because I think
I think it's perfect as it is.
As it is. Sometimes you don't need a sentiment. You don't need to say anything at all.
Sometimes you say it best when you say nothing at all.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Right, let's have a little bit of a look at the one-day special first of all. Just in case you've just joined us later, we've got another hour coming up later as well. By the way, it's a bumper bundle. It's a massive, massive saving. In fact, if you're a Freedom member, with your free gift, of course, you're technically saving more than you're spending, which is really, really good. I have to tell you, really, really good. On all the big bundles, there is that free die, of course, one per customer, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So you've got the wild rose, the large and the small in the stamps, the dies and the moulds. We've also got the box die, which maybe we might get to see a little bit later on, maybe not.
Maybe not.
We'll have a look at it.
See how much time we've got. There's so much on the show, Derek.
I know.
I'd love to show everything.
That's very, very true. Well, you've got a whole day one way or the other, haven't you?
I have still got,
which is good.
4 more shows, haven't we? So.
Exactly. You've also got the paper pad, remember, you've got the stamens. And Uncle Tom Cobley too. I tell you, it's really, really good, this. I love it. It's such a big and broad collection. And that free sort of celebration die that you're getting if you're buying in on the bundles is absolutely brilliant. You need to get that. Listen, it is very busy. It has been very, very busy through the hour as well. Remember, and as Nikki said, in an hour's time, we have got another hour as well. Be a little bit of a calmer hour because that's going on all night, Nikki. That's going to be shown right through the night, so we'll have to really behave for that one.
Oh, the 8 o'clock one, we will be well behaved.
Yeah, absolutely. So see you back here for part 2 of Heartfelt in an hour.